tall for... And we have got 8 minutes left for France to hold on to this and get the 3 points. It's with Matuidi down the left, on for Mbappe. Sliding challenge is missed by Sainsbury. Mbappe still has it, left side of the box, looking to outbox the centre-back again. Just trying to do a little bit too much in the end, Mbappe, but he's still got the ball, and France don't need to show the same level of urgency now. They've got themselves back in front again.
It's going to be very difficult now for Australia to find that reserve of energy, because you will feel hard done by, because Olivier Giroud gives you that block to play up front, where you can play off him like a wall. That's exactly what Paul Pogba did. Initially, Behic did really well, because he's come in from the left back position to sort of counteract the run, and as Pogba's tried to chip it over, Behic has got there first and gave Matt Ryan absolutely no chance.
They've got 3 up here on the break, France. The ball's crossed in towards Giroud. Up in the air desperately by Behic. Oh, it's a good header, and out comes Matt Ryan to make the claim. That was 3v1 France had there, and they couldn't make the most of it. But again, they've won it back, and Pogba plays it forward to Matuidi, and now Mbappe, left corner of the penalty area. Sliding challenge from Moyet, desperate now from Australia as France look for the killer third goal. Olivier Giroud down the right-hand side, takes it to the corner flag. Behic with the foot in, puts it behind. France have a corner, and suddenly it's a very different game.
Yeah, Olivier Giroud did well there. Just made sure he got his team a corner just to relieve a little bit of pressure. But at the moment, we're just looking at the replay. I was probably exaggerating. I said it was 6 inch, so it's probably
it's less than 1 inch,
exactly.
Isn't it? I mean, it's incredibly tight.
But
now, it is over.
Now Australia look like a heavyweight boxer who's on the rope. You know, the old 15 rounds that used to have, they're in now sort of the 14th round, just trying to hang on. And because they've expended so much energy, they've got to make sure they keep their shape, because France have now got the towels up.
7 minutes to play. France 2, Australia 1. Nabil Fekir with the left-footed in-swinging corner to the near post. Pogba meets it on the near post, punched away by Ryan, and then struck on the volley by the left-back, Hernandez. Well, I think those two left-backs fancy themselves as spectacular goal scorers, because they've both done that, and the result was the same on both occasions, miles over. Change coming for Australia, and off goes Robbie Cruz, who's worked tirelessly down that left side for the Socceroos, and the man coming on in his place is the youngest player at this tournament, Daniel Arzani, at just 19 years of age, a scorer in the 2-1 win in Hungary just last Saturday, his first international goal. It's asking a lot for a young man like that to come on. He's gone with youth rather than the experience of Cahill, who's literally double his age.
And at the legs as well, I think, because Arzani's very, very quick. He's actually lightning quick. So you hope, obviously, on the counter-attack that he's going to give France some problems. But you have to say, it's been an enthralling... Although France have been, you know, pretty poor, it's been an enthralling game, because Australia have always been in the game. And they've showed a lot of guts, a lot of spirit. And Paul Pogba's been very, very quiet, but he's been involved in 2 pivotal moments in the French goals. A brilliant through ball for Griezmann to get the penalty, and the little give and go on at 1-2 with Olivier Giroud, and he's created the sort of mayhem in the Australian defence for Behic to put it over his own goalkeeper. So Paul Pogba's been, say, very, very quiet, but he's been influential in France getting their 2 goals.
It's like we always say with Pogba, if he wants to influence the game, if he wants to play well, he will. Does he do it often enough, or is he just too casual? He's had 2 brilliant moments in this game, which have resulted. There's no question he's been a very important figure for them today. France 2, Australia 1, with 4.5 minutes of normal time to play here on TalkSport. Argentina against Iceland next. That's a 2 o'clock kickoff, so an hour and a quarter until that one gets underway. Then Peru, Denmark at 5, and Croatia, Nigeria at 8. The focus today on Group C and D. Giroud bombing down the left flank and fouling his man, and that'll be a free kick to Australia with 4 to go. Do Australia have it within themselves to produce another moment and haul themselves level for a second time, or will France end up winning the game. Nabil Fekir against Behic. Well, he won it back and then he fouled him, and it's a yellow card for Behic and a free kick to France on the right corner of the penalty area, and tiredness definitely setting in now.
Yep, he hasn't had a good 5 minutes, has he, Behic? As you said, Fekir went to close him down. It's just fatigue, didn't make the right decision by just helping the ball up the left-hand touch line, and now France have got a really dangerous position with free kick on Australia's left-hand side.
So it's a yard or two outside the right apex of the penalty area, and a real opportunity maybe just to finish off this brave Australian challenge with 3 minutes to go. Nabil Fekir, who won the free kick, will be the man to take it. A two-man Australian wall inside the penalty area. There's the possibility of slinging this to the far post or trying to go for goal. That's very close to the right corner of the box, just a yard or two outside. Here comes Fekir, left-footed, straight into the wall. What a bizarre free kick that was, really. Very, very poor, and letting Australia completely off the hook.
There's no conviction in that at all, was there? There's only a two-man wall. And worst ways out, you've got to get it past the wall to ask questions of Matt Ryan. He actually hit the two-man wall.
It was Arzani in the wall who he hit. Fekir again gets to the dead ball line, pulls it back for Pogba. He's marked by two here. Arzani and Jedinak. Jedinak emerges with the ball, plays it up towards the halfway line, but there's no one downfield in gold. And with 2 minutes to go, it's looking bleak for the Socceroos here. France 2, Australia 1. It'll be devastating for Australia because they've given everything here to try and get a result. But a penalty and a deflected goal looks like it's going to be the undoing of them. Long clearance at the back by Ryan out to the right-hand side. But they're looking drained physically and mentally now, Australia. It's been won back by Mbappe, finds Matuidi left side, Ryan comes. There was a deflection on the cross which made it easier for the goalkeeper, and he immediately tries to get Australia on their way by bowling it out down the right-hand side. Irvine collects it with his ponytail, the whole City man, dispossessed by N'Golo Kante, who slides his way past Moy, gets it through, there's no offside. Ryan comes, it's Mbappe, left side of the area, crosses towards Giroud, all the way through to Fekir, lays it off for Pogba. Oh, it all went horribly wrong for France because they simply had too many options, and Australia try and break, and that through ball is too easy for Lloris to come out and boot into touch.
He did really well there, Matt Ryan, initially, because when Mbappe was released, that left-hand side looked like he'd had a rush of blood, but he made sure that he didn't dive in, he stayed on his feet, made Mbappe, just held him up a little bit, because I hate seeing goalkeepers who come rushing out and make the forward's mind up for him. So he did quite well in the end, Matt Ryan, and now Australia got possession in the French half.
Fewer than 30 seconds left of normal time here. France 2, Australia 1 on TalkSport, and Australia coming forward. Blistering run from Trent Sainsbury, and he set them on their way. He's got it through to Djuric. Could it be a chance for a cross? It comes out to Aaron Moy, right-footed ball. They've got four in the area here. Oh, it's a very good header away by Varane. Needed to be. He hasn't had to deal with too many balls like that, and 5 minutes of stoppage time is signalled by the fourth official. It's not over yet. France 2, Australia 1.
Can Australia find that extra reserve of energy? Because there, when Aaron Moy had the ball on the right hand side, to be fair to Australia, they had 5 bodies in the box, so this will give them a little lift with 5 minutes to go, and it's your natural instinct as a French player just to drop a little deeper and try and hold on to what you've got.
France 2, Australia 1, with 45 seconds of stoppage time gone at the end of the match here in Kazan. Left-footed ball forward by Hugo Lloris, the French captain. But remember, we have 5 minutes, a minimum of 5 minutes of stoppage time. Every single Australian fan, man, woman and child, on their feet, urging their team forward to try and snatch an equaliser. France looking for the killer third goal, which would seal the points. And they're in no rush to take this throw in, France. Hernandez will take. He's been jeered all afternoon by those travelling Socceroos supporters. The throw-in is wasted. Australia smash it downfield through Risdon, who gave away their penalty, which Griezmann slotted in. And Fekir has it for France down the right-hand side. Behic goes across, and eventually the back pass comes in from Milligan back to his goalkeeper. It's all a little bit untidy as far as Australia are concerned, and as it is, Ryan's put that straight out of play, and France have possession with 2 minutes of stoppage time gone. Benjamin Pavard of Stuttgart with the throw, and it was played back to him and straight out of play, so it's a throw to Australia in their own left back area. Behic with it. They've got to get the ball forward, and they've got to get bodies forward. Milligan, right-footed out to Risdon. Risdon 10 yards short of halfway, plays it over the halfway line, and it's a free kick. Hernandez dived in on Leckie. It's taken quickly to Moy. Surprised they didn't wait for the defenders to come forward there, but in their haste they've already taken it. And now it is back with Milligan, right-footed to this near side, and Behic once more. France happy to let Australia have it in this area, in the centre circle with Aaron Moy. Back to Milligan. Milligan goes long with the diagonal, out to the right side, and Risdon, cushion header from him, is straight to N'Golo Kante. He's happy just to smash it down the left side to no one in particular.
See, if I don't get now, you've got Djuric up front, who's 6'3". When you've the two centre-halves got the ball, it should be a fight ball now, just putting it into Djuric and get the midfield players around him.
Here they come down the right-hand side, Australia, with Risdon, who's well forward. Poor cross, though, comes out to Moy to try and think it back in. Djuric is in there, and it's Pavard who hooks it away on the far post and out for a throw-in right by the corner flag.
Brilliant defending by Pavard there, because Djuric was just on his right-hand shoulder, made sure he was aware of him and just hooked it off for a long throw coming in for Australia.
93.5 minutes played. France 2, Australia 1. Throw-in to be taken by Aziz Behic, right by the corner flag, left-hand side. Huge crowd of bodies inside the penalty area. Lloris comes, Jedinak goes to the first header, smacks it back to the edge of the box. Can they get the shot in here? Well, they want a free kick, France, because Arzani went over. There is no foul, and there's no foul there either on Matuidi, and Hernandez tries to bring it forward. Australia put it out for a throw, and we're in the 5th and probably final minute of stoppage time here in Kazan. France 2, Australia 1.
I think that's Andreas Kuhne's first mistake, because it was a definite foul on Arzani. Definite foul.
That would have been hugely significant as well to Australia, because it was right on the edge of the penalty area. Irvine wins it back for them with a really good interception. They're not quite done yet, Australia. Jedinak on the halfway line, flips it with the outside of his boot to Behic, who gets it forward. Australia have it about 30 yards from goal, just left of centre. Pavard gets it away, and Pogba holds off Leckie and strides forward and goes over and wins the free kick, and that might well be enough for France. Pogba winning that crucial free kick on halfway, and we've played the 5 minutes of stoppage time that have been signalled. They are within touching distance of a precious 3 points here, France.
Look at the Australian supporters, their disappointment, but they've done their players have done their country proud. They couldn't have got any more out of that set of players.
No.
Just been undone by an unfortunate in the end, which I think go down as Behic. It looked like he got the final touch.
Chipped forward on halfway, up towards Giroud. There is the full-time whistle, and France have the 3 points against Australia. My goodness, they were made to work for it. The Socceroos gave absolutely everything in their pursuit of a draw. But in the end, France prevailed thanks to a couple of moments of quality. Griezmann winning and scoring the penalty. Australia equalised through their captain Jedinak after a crazy handball in the penalty area from Umtiti. But then a lovely bit of link-up play between Pogba and Giroud. Pogba went for the chip, which flicked up off the boot of Behic, and just, and I mean just, crossed the line, and that proved to be the decisive moment. It finishes in Kazan. France 2, Australia 1.
Yeah, you're listening to World Cup Live, France against Australia on TalkSport with Direct Line. Get a quote from Direct Line, search Direct Line ban, and I'll finish up here with Perry Groves. A really good second half, a lot of technology involved. France deserved winners, Perry?
Do you know what? I think because of the effort that Australia put in, you know, they'd be really disappointed. And I know it's coming up at the FIFA officially are giving the goal to Paul Pogba. I think it looked like, from me, it was an own goal.
It was, yes.
So